Hi, this is Jennifer Randolph. I'm the Director of Career Services at West Virginia University at Parkersburg. And some of you may be fast approaching graduation. Others may want to get a head start on the job search or even find a position while you're in college. So I wanted to share some information that may help you with your job search. First stop would be Indeed.com. This is my favorite job search site. And once you're here, you could put in whatever keyword or company you would want. And of course, we're going to go with Parkersburg, West Virginia. So let's say we're getting a marketing degree. So I'm going to put that keyword in, and then across the top here gives you a lot of options that you could weed down the selection. So I thought this was interesting. You could choose remote, and because of COVID, there's some temporarily remote positions right now. But you could also, any of the experience level, the location, whatever you would want to do there. And then say we've got page 1 of 7 jobs. So if we went up to 50, let's say we wanted to travel or was willing to travel. So now we've got up to 14. So this would be a good place to start and to start looking. So, just choose something, one that you would want to learn more about. And then it's going to open up here on this side. And it gives you all the information so you can look and see if this is something that I would enjoy doing. What does it sound like I would need to know, or what would I have to have the skill to do? And then, they're looking for an associate's degree. So if it would be something that you feel like you would be qualified for and enjoy, then you could look to see how they would want you to apply. And this one particular one, they want you to apply on the company site. Different jobs are going to have you apply different ways. But one thing that I would suggest would be to create an account here, and then you can actually upload your resume to it, and then employers can find you, or it makes it a lot easier for you to very quickly apply for a job. Another thing that I'll suggest is if you have a smartphone, you want to download or install the Indeed app on your phone. That would then show up like any sort of mail app or Facebook. Any new jobs that have come up in your specific search since the last time you looked, they'll give you a notification for it if you set that up. So that's a real quick and easy way just to keep an eye on the posted jobs from your phone. The next thing I want to share with you is LinkedIn. Some of you may have a LinkedIn account, many do not. LinkedIn is like a social media for the professional. So it's like Facebook, but it's more, like I said, it's more professional. Facebook's more personal. So, but it's the same kind of idea. You're going to have your profile, and you're going to have a news feed, different things that you can share and post. And I'll go on my site right here. So here's my LinkedIn profile, and you can load this up with as much information as you want. You can add video and proof of your work and certificates. So it's kind of like an online portfolio. And then you can put basically your resume online, and you don't have to keep it to one page or anything. You can put as much information on this as you'd want. So all my experiences, my education, and then down here you can get skills and endorsements. So people can then say that you are good at community outreach. If that's what you claim, they can endorse you for that. Same thing with recommendations. People could actually write a paragraph or so for you to put on your site. And so that would be a really good thing to do, because employers are going to go looking for you just the way that, you search on Facebook or, the internet for something. They're going to do the same thing and search for you. So it's okay for you to have a Facebook out there as long as you have, set it to private, and you're not sharing anything, highly controversial or negative, or, anything that would deter an employer from hiring you. So the better thing to do would be to let them run into this first thing. So when they search your name online and they're going to come up with a LinkedIn profile, they're going to be impressed that, you've put that much of your professional side out there online for them to see. So another thing that you could do, I wanted to share with you, is put in West Virginia University at Parkersburg. Got to get to the @ there it is. So go to the school page, and I'm viewing it as a member here. So the thing you can see the posts and everything there. But this is really interesting. If you go over to alumni on the left-hand side, it'll give you information. There's 4,419 people on LinkedIn that claim to be alumni of West Virginia University at Parkersburg. So you can then narrow that down by, their start or end year. This gives you the different other ways you can narrow it down: where they live, where they work, what they do, what they studied, what they are skilled at, and how you are connected. So let's go back to here. So you can see the different number of people profiles that are showing up down here. That's the 4,000. So let's say I maybe wanted to look at just people living in the Parkersburg area, and maybe for the people that are working at the Bureau of Fiscal Service and what they studied. Let's see, accounting. I want to see who is working at the Bureau of Fiscal Service and has an accounting degree from the college. So now I can go down here, and it's now given me the 14 people that have this on their profile. So I can look through this, and you can see what was their degree. She graduated in 2016 with finance and financial management. So it's really interesting to see the people that have kind of gone before you and where they've ended up. But you can narrow this down as small as you want, or leave it as broad as you'd like. And I think that's really, really neat. Now, the one thing that I do want to share too is that there are connections. So the same way you have Facebook friends, you have connections on LinkedIn. And then same way you have mutual friends, you have shared connections on LinkedIn. So I'm a second, you can see it right here, I'm a second connection to Taylor. Got how I'm connected to these people here. So let's say I find Taylor and I'm like, oh, I know her, or she's somebody that I need to, reach out to. Who knows her that I know? So you can go to her page, and then over here, it's going to show your mutual connections. And so now I can see all the people that I have a first connection with that is also first connected with her. So that comes in kind of handy when you're trying to network and find out information about maybe a company that you're wanting to work for, or that sort of thing. Another thing that you can do is actually just go to the company page. So all these people work at Merida Memorial. We can see that. So I can go down here and go to the actual, well, that wouldn't be the right one. Let me see. Budgets Memorial Health Systems. Yep, there it is. So now I can go to the actual page. So let's say I want to work at Memorial Health System. So now I can go to the company's page, and I can go over here to people, and I can see there are 267 employees on LinkedIn that work at Memorial Health Systems. And so I can see here, where did they study? 23 of them studied at WVUP. And then I can go down through here and see if I know these people. Is there anybody that can help me understand, what the culture is like? Are they hiring? Any sort of the networking information that you'd like to find out. This just gives you a resource of people that you could reach out to. So the last thing I'll say here is, if you get an interview, ask them who you'll be interviewing with. Just, state that. So, do you care, or would I be able to know who it is I'll be interviewing with, or who I'll be speaking with? So then they find out that person's name, and just the way they're going to search for you, you're going to search for them. So now I've been told that I'm going to interview with Stacy Parks. So I'm going to go and find her profile. I'm going to find out what she looks like. First of all, that's helped me, maybe my interview anxiety has dropped just by seeing her face. And I can see then who we have mutual connections with. But then I could go down through here and I can look at her experience, where she's worked before, where did she go to school, and that sort of thing. Now, what would be nice is if I found out then that we both worked at Energizer at one point. So I would go into my interview, and then I would share with her, hey, I looked you up on LinkedIn. I saw that you used to work at Energizer. I used to work there as well. I was there back in 2003. Do you know so-and-so? And now you have an icebreaker, and you have something that you both can talk about. So I would suggest that with LinkedIn. I would not suggest doing that with Facebook. So it gets a little more personal if you come in and you start saying, I saw you on Facebook, I saw your 2 dogs and 3 kids and whatever. So I would stay away from referring. You can still look her up on Facebook, but don't refer to anything that you saw on Facebook, because that's just a bit more on the personal side. Even though it's public, it is a bit more on the personal side. So there's so much information that you can dig around and get into in here. The last thing on this I would like to share is that jobs, so just like on the Indeed site, you can search for jobs through LinkedIn as well. And then in addition, I would share that you can search for jobs through Facebook. So here's my Facebook account. And I'm going to go down here on the left until I see jobs. And now you can start to look for jobs on Facebook. So right here, it's already showing me jobs at nearby businesses, and I can learn, you know, what's out there. If I wanted to narrow it down, I've got these options over here, and you can apply through Facebook a lot of times. So, you know, that might be another way to find out more positions. So if you need any help with any of this, or you need any help with your job search, feel free to reach out. The number one thing I would suggest is just to network with people, talk to people, let them know that you're looking. And then when you do learn about a position that you'd like to go after, talk to people about that position. So find out who you know that also works there. You know, information is power. So really just find out what you can, and you know, do your research, and then you'll be ready for the interview. So if you need any help at all, don't hesitate to contact career services at wvup.edu, and you could also call 304-424-8246.